Hi beautiful people, welcome back. Hope everybody is doing fantastic wherever you are in this world. Happy Thursday, you guys. One more day and it's the weekend and I can't wait. It has been so cold down here in the south. I hope everybody is staying warm. We have really been spoiled with such good weather in the prior weeks, and now that it's so cold, it's like no. Guys, a huge reminder, I do have 2 giveaways on my previous videos. Feel free to go check it out, enter if you like. I just wanted to remind people before we get into this video, it's been a long time coming, because at the end of the day I just wanted to verify some information. I wanted to make sure that I dotted all my I's, crossed all my T's, got all my ducks in a row, because at the end of the day, in my opinion, this is a pattern for KJ. When KJ seems to acknowledge how people are actually catching on to her, finding out how manipulative, vindictive, and harmful, in my opinion, she is. So in turn, what does she do? She will go and she will try to discredit whoever and whatever. I apologize if this video is long. If it is, I'm gonna have to separate it into 2 different parts, and I'll see as when I finish edited where I'm at. So if you do see part 1, part 2, it was definitely a very long video. Nevertheless, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and the notification bell so you'll be notified each time I upload. Also, please do not take what I say as fact. Feel free to do your own research and come to your own conclusion. KJ has this habit, in my opinion, of whenever she finds out that, oh shit, people are beginning to understand who I truly am, she goes on the defensive and then tries to discredit people. And she has done this so many times, and I'm gonna give you quite a few examples. So let's start off with this. You know, I've been covering KJ for not years, but quite a while. And then people always, her trolls, basically will come after me, and that doesn't affect me. It truly doesn't affect me. But when it comes to a time where I gotta set the record straight, I will. So this is one of them that I'm gonna set the record straight on. So people have been telling me that I need to pick a side, and am I not the one that's vindictive and harmful? First of all, I don't ever pick sides. Right is right and wrong is wrong. And the only side I will ever pick is my side. So let's be clear on that. And number 2, how am I being vindictive? How am I being harmful? By stating the truth? Maybe you all should take a deeper look into your queen bee KJ, because she probably does need a mental break. You'll need to actually check up on her, because I think it was last week KJ did a video on the new filing of Joshua Duggar, and while making the video, she came across somebody that she thought made a meme about her, and she was too tickled. Let me play that clip for you.
Wait, Amber, are you the one? Are you the one that made the picture that? You guys, I have to show you. I think this is the same Amber that made me the picture. I died when she made this, and I think this is the one. I think Amber's the one that made me the photo of inside of Michelle Duggar's phone in the car. It was so funny. Here we go. My video inside of Michelle's computer. Oh, I laughed so hard when I saw that. I'm pretty sure that was Amber. Thank you, Amber.
I am not losing my mind. I know I'm clear-headed, I'm focused, my eyesight is great, you know. So when she brought up this meme, she said that this person put her video in the phone of Michelle in a car. Does that look like a car? And what car driver or passenger wears those communication headphones that they use in a plane? KJ, they're sitting in a plane. and you still do not correct yourself. And then the second time around, she says that this person put her video in the computer. Really? KJ needs to get out of that bubble and go get some fresh air. She truly does. And then today, you can't make this shit up. She puts this picture up where there's a door, then you got a roll of paper towels sitting on a desk. I noticed these paper towels in Josh's office. During the trial, the government revealed that Josh viewed adult pornography the same day of the raid. When I saw these paper towels in the evidence photos, I felt sick with the vomiting emoji. They should get a UV light for the office to see what he was really doing in there. What the fuck is wrong with KJ? You see a roll of paper towels on a desk, and the first thing that comes to your mind is him using it to wipe himself off. This is not normal. This is absolutely not normal. How does one always have such filth on their mind? If she's not continuously talking about CSAM or children being victimized, or I can't even, how did she come to this? And let's just see how fucked up, in my opinion, her own audience is. You do get some people that are rational, that are just not fucked up as she is. So this person says, looks soft and absorbent. And then another person said, it makes me wonder what he made Anna do, and then how blind she was to believe all couples do that sick, nasty stuff. Wow. Absolutely wow. There was no bathroom facilities, there was no sink with no running water. Why would he need paper towels? And then another person says, I have worked very hard to not think of Josh Duggar getting himself off to that deplorable, depraved content. Excuse me while I go vomit. Another person says, exactly, they should have checked the underside of the desk. Are you guys for real? Are you all really for real? And then it goes on. Is anyone familiar with Mary Winkler, the pastor's wife who killed her husband because of the sexual abuse on her? I have often wondered how much Anna was abused by Josh. Read up on Mary Winkler and tell me your thoughts. Even the door is faulty. Oh boy, too early, KJ, too early. Now that's a sensible person. Mama Cass, you're a sensible person. And Anna still thinks he's innocent. Please pray that God will open her heart and mind to the truth. Prayer is the only way she's going to be saved. Another person says, even worse, I see no sink or hand sanitizer. We started watching the great HBO comedy series called The Righteous Gemstones, and all I could think about was Jim Bob and Josh Duggar and all the other religious cults that promote themselves as God-fearing, following while doing nasty, nasty things behind closed doors. The call-out is just like everything else in this funny cult. Looks nice from a distance, but look closely and it's disgusting and foul. Now, honestly speaking, when I saw this picture, before I even read her caption, I didn't think of what she thought of. I honestly didn't. If I had to interpret this picture, I would look at it like they were taking pictures of what the office looked like. Since it was such a small building, they just took a picture of what you see when you enter the office. Not seeing a roll of paper towel and thinking that this fucking man was jerking off. KJ's mind is fucked up, period, point blank, in my opinion. And then we move on, and seems as though KJ has a change of heart once again. Amazing. She says, stop discouraging Anna. She has no education, she has no skills, she can't work because she has 7 kids. She could never provide for her kids. She's too brainwashed, she's not strong enough. She's too dependent. She's incapable. If people want Anna to leave Josh, she won't leave if we continue to degrade her ability to leave. Well, I'm glad you are admitting and acknowledging that all you do is degrade her, KJ. But don't add we. Oh, but could be also, you know, your trolls. But anyway, is the alternative of her staying with the pedophile better than saying something like she has options, skills, and can leave? As a society, we put a lot of blame on women in abusive situations. I admit I struggle with Anna's behavior. However, I know that if we continue to degrade and discourage her, that she will never leave. Women do leave every day with less than Anna. With a woman with 10 kids work to support their children. There is a way out. Anna needs help to get out. It takes the average victims of domestic violence to leave 7 times before they leave. Bravo to you, Katie Joy, bravo. But what has sparked this change of mind for you? Because not so long ago, you accused Anna of abandoning her kids. You were all about how Anna doesn't give a shit about her kids. She'd rather shack up with her husband. And then you were always also the one to say, Anna needs to wake the fuck up. Okay. You were the one to actually judge her for what she wore to court, how she acted in court, how she stood by her husband. Now all of a sudden, this change of heart, why? Running out of content, or you need to pacify your audience? Which is it? Because all this here, I don't buy. And you guys, let me explain something to you. KJ went on this Instagram live this evening, okay, on how a whole long sob story. But that's gonna be my next one, and that should come up the weekend. But anyway, let's move on. So KJ went on a live on Instagram and went after Amy. Because in my opinion, like I said to you, when KJ can see people are onto her or find out who she truly is and they separate themselves, what does KJ do? She goes and she discredits them, in my opinion. And this is exactly what happened when she came for Amy on her Instagram live, where basically she says Amy has no backbone. Amy fears her uncle, claiming that Amy has what she has because of the show. But it's so ironic, you know, that when KJ was friends with Amy, she was all about how she's this perfect person. She was no rebel. They used her on the show and she's not like her family. And also, and I'm going to leave clips of all that goes on, okay? So KJ's main point about all this is, who's in your ear, Amy? Who is in your ear? And blaming it all on Jim Bob Duggar.
Amy doesn't want me talking about her and her mom, but Amy talks about me. And I think it's because she's afraid of her uncle. I think she's afraid of his control. I think she's afraid of what he might do to her in a court of law or just personally. I mean...
Okay. Is Katie Joy really for real right now? In one of her Instagram lives in the past, she says that Jim Bob Duggar is like a mafia boss, okay? Now she's saying that Amy is afraid of her uncle because he may do something to her in court or personally. What is he going to do? Put a hit on her, KJ? Seriously? That reach is no ordinary reach. That's an Inspector Gadget reach. Unbelievable.
Right now, I'm being called a liar, and all I can think about is who is in your ear, Amy. So the video, I don't even remember, it was like 45 minutes maybe, and I posted it. And I was excited. Like, I thought the interview went really well. She was actually like very complimentary to, like, she shared good experiences with her with Jim Bob. Like,
She talked about how he baptized her, and like she had overall positive things to say. They realized that she would provide a like comic relief, maybe. She could be the butt of the jokes. She could be the one that the producers could use as like, well, we're not going to be like Amy because Amy's the whatever, you know. She was the rebel. And being a rebel in the IBLP is literally the worst thing in the world. A rebel is someone that's like satanic and witchcraft and a kid that's like going to hell. You have to remember, she built a business off the show where a lot of her audience, a lot of the people that were buying from her shop were fans of the show, and they were bought from her because she was on Counting On.
So you've got Amy, who has, for all intents and purposes, never necessarily looking for fame, but her family had fame and was given an opportunity to be on a show. Who wouldn't jump at the opportunity? Especially if it meant you could go on trips and try new things. I mean, the way that these shows are promoted, it's an opportunity to build your networks, to build opportunities. I think a lot of people, given the situation, would have a hard time saying no. And your family is already involved, and so you're looking at it as maybe a fun way to interact with your cousins and have a closer relationship to them. And on the show, they did a lot of really incredible things, and she was able to travel with them, and she was able to go to Nashville, and she had her own special. So there's a lot of things over the years that Amy has done. But this idea that she is still chasing their coattails, I think, is an odd one. Is someone taking an opportunity, being offered by a network to them to be on a show, really riding on their coattails when that person never asked to be doing it to begin with? And now that she is using this platform to actively speak out against what she's seen with her family, indirectly through quotes and doing things like encouraging people to speak up, encouraging women not to feel stymied or controlled or unable to speak, discouraging women from staying in relationships that might be abusive, subtly sending messages to Anna, telling her she doesn't have to stay in a marriage, talking about all of the children that were harmed. Is that really riding someone's coattail, or is it actually bravely speaking out against a situation that they might not actually agree with? Maybe she is just more compelled to use her platform in a way that she believes is a powerful place where she can share her detest for what she's seen and her disagreement with what has happened to her family. Maybe she's actually speaking out not because she wants to be famous. Maybe she's speaking out because she wants to protect her family. Maybe she wants to save her cousins from the life that they've been involved in. Maybe she wants to help them leave this cult. These are the things that I've always grappled with when it comes to the criticism of Amy and any of the girls on the show. Why is it that when someone's given an opportunity like Amy, who was not directly in the immediate family, but she's a cousin, automatically considered a clout chaser when she was literally given the opportunity right from the beginning? If you've been on the series since the very beginning, are you really a clout chaser that used your family to get famous? Or was it just an opportunity that was presented and the network thought it would be gold and the entire family agreed with it?
I don't know if it's Jim Bob. I don't know who it is. If you look at how the estate was divided once Mary did pass away, Jim Bob was not kind to Deanna. He took most of Mary's estate. And why is that fair? I mean, if your mom has a bunch of property, why do you get to keep all of it and your sister gets 2 pieces of property? I think that he didn't give her her fair share of inheritance. I think he used his power and control to take over the estate and give him what he wanted and give her what he thought she deserved. And that's just a very good interpretation of what he does to people. If you want to stand on the truth, I think the biggest thing that you have to be able to do is to stand firm and not be afraid, and not be afraid of being cut off. The show is over. TLC is not going to take you to court if you speak out. There's nobody stopping you from speaking out against the family or your father, or not your father, or Jim Bob or anything. There's nothing preventing that. The only thing that prevents that is fear.
Because maybe Jim Bob Duggar is pressuring her, or Jim Bob Duggar's in her ear, or Jim Bob Duggar is threatening her. No, KJ. Not that deep, sis. Not that deep. It was just the mere fact was that Amy watched my video. And she also did not like the fact that you keep associating her mother with the Duggars. Because you took a picture of the Duggar family that included Deanna, and you spoke about corporal punishment. That was manipulative and that was shady. There are thousands and thousands of pictures of the Duggar family, but you chose to put that one in. And honestly speaking, I can see where Amy's coming from. Because let me tell you something. If you had done something like that to my mother, all hell breaks loose. Amy is still being kind to you. Very kind. But you went and you put out the storyline like you are the victim. You're not the victim, KJ. You're far from the victim. But let me play this for you.
I just watched your YouTube episode, I should say. I just wanted to say thank you. I'll tell you right now, with the whole Jana situation, I didn't know what to trust. I'll be honest, I did not know what to trust. I'm hearing things from all different kinds of sides and different people, and then I heard the real story, and I was like, oh my goodness. So I did apologize to Jana, and I did talk to her, and I said, I'm sorry, I jumped to conclusions, and I wasn't trying to do that. For me, right now, it's very hard to trust anyone. It's very, very hard, and I feel like that's okay to admit, because after everything, you're just like, you kind of feel like you're in a twilight zone. And so, yeah, that was effed up. I'll give you that. It was. But I have definitely made it right. And so, and I love Jana, and I love all of them. So, well, you know what I mean. It's also very sad that I see, Katie Joy coming after my mom. First off, I was never disciplined like that. I had a very great childhood as far as punishment was concerned. I think I was maybe grounded from going to a couple parties, birthday parties when I was younger a couple of times, but I was never beaten. I was never slapped in the face. I was never like all that stuff right there. It was like literally never been done. So the fact that my mom is in that picture just really ticks me off. Another thing, I'm not on anyone's phone plan. I never have been, ever. The phone number that she's referring to that was on Jim Bob's plan was when my grandma was alive, and my grandma and him had a plan, but I took my grandma's number when she passed. And so I've never been on his plan, and I've never bought a house from him, and he's never owned my house, and we bought our house with cash. And I mean, it's crazy the lengths that she will go to for a click. It's really sad because here I am, I have to state the truth, because if I don't, I've got so many people thinking and believing lies, and I realize I can't always change someone's mind, and that's not really like what I should be doing and spending my time doing, because this is all chaos, like I was telling you earlier in our last conversation. But it's just lie after lie after lie, and then she gets clicks, and then people, she gets money from that, and that's how she's making a living. And it's so sad, because it's hurting a lot of people, and she doesn't care. And she makes that known through her actions. She makes that known by the things that she brings up in her conversations. And like I said, I'm just going to continue to be me. I see the light, I see the truth, and I'm very sorry again for believing that she had good intentions for me. I thought she was just after IBLP and wanted to shine a light on how abusive the whole cult is. And so I wanted to believe the best in people, and that's my downfall. My downfall is I want to believe everyone is good, because I'm surrounded in Arkansas with so many good people. So it's hard for me to think that someone's just using me for a story, when in all reality, it definitely appears that way. It definitely appears that she was just like, oh, hey, girl, yeah, I'll buy from 3130 because you're the cousin or whatever. And she did. She did. She loved the clothes. She bought all the time. And so the fact that, she's I don't know if she's dogging. I don't watch her videos. Like I was saying, I really haven't seen anything that she's put out unless it's like on YouTube that someone tags me in. Then I'll like click on it because I'm like, what is this, you know? But for the most part, you know, I'm living my own life, but I've got I can't even talk. I've got supportive people that love 3130. You know, I've got women in California that have ordered, oh my goodness, I would say at least 400 times. Okay, but my returning customer percentage is so high, and I'm not like just trying to, you know, make myself look really good here, but it's true. Like the clothes that I bring in are great quality, they're great priced for a boutique for sure, and people love 3130, and so to see, you know, bad reviews and to see people that don't even, really sad to see people that, you know, don't buy from me, they've never bought anything, and they're leaving Google reviews, you know, 1 star, you know, you're worth nothing, I hate who you're related to, and all these things. You know, it hurts me as a actual business owner and the things that I believe in and the things that I've worked so hard at. You know, it's been 4 years, or almost 4 years since I've been opened, and I mean, these are hard times already with COVID and all of the ups and downs of politics and just everything, all the sickness and death. And it's a really crazy time in this world. And so we need to focus on other things besides some YouTuber throwing out hate. You know, why do we support that? Why do we look forward to her videos? Or why do we want to click that button? You know, if we know it's all lies, why are we entertained by that? And so my last message to you is, in this thread, is that I just want peace. You know, I have my son, I have my husband, I have my mama, you know, and she's been through hell. My mom has been through hell. Things that people don't even know about. And so it's like, stop attacking her. That's the last thing she needs. And what a horrible person to anyone who would do that to her. And yeah, that's just my 2 cents for the day. I hope you have a really good Saturday, and I appreciate your video, and just, I guess, setting the record straight. And I wish you well. I really do.
There you have it, you guys. Things went sour with Amy and KJ. So KJ took it upon herself to drag Amy and her mother because they found out who she truly is. A lot of people were in the comments saying they warned Amy about KJ and she refused to listen. And I get that. I've said some things which I still stand by. And a lot of people were saying to me that, why would I stand by what I said? If now I'm being on Amy's side. It's not a matter of being on Amy's side. It's about saying what's right is right and wrong is wrong. Okay? You heard her because she watched my video when I called her out about Jenna. You heard her. She called Jenna up and she apologized. And some people operate this way. I used to be like this. You need to stop hanging out with that person. But I chose to hang out with that person, and I learned the hard way. Same thing with Amy. She learned the hard way. And what's happening now? Her business is suffering. She never had a problem all this other time that her business was open. Even during COVID, she said she was doing fine. Now she's saying Katie is hurting her business. And why is she saying that? Because Katie's trolls are going after her, putting up bad reviews on Google, saying bad things. This is what Katie Joy's trolls do, people. Because they believe her. They think she does no wrong. So honestly speaking, at the end of the day, that whole tangent she went on about Amy having no backbone and being afraid of her uncle and listening to him, and no, it wasn't that at all. It's just that she watched my video and she just did not appreciate KJ mentioning her mother. How hard is that to accept? And then she went on her Instagram and she posted this. Show me your friends and I'll show you your future. I have spent the better part of today trying to unravel the drama that is thrown my way by Amy King. I want to be transparent. I stumble upon information that some people do not want out. This information has not been reported by me because there are so many moving parts. The information is verified, corroborated, and there are court records connected to some of the pieces. People at the center of the information have confirmed the most troubling parts and denied other portions. I'm still in the process of investigating, learning, and diligently seeking the truth. I am extremely careful in my reporting because I know that my platform comes with responsibility. I do not believe that Amy or Deanna have done anything malicious or criminal. They are not the target of really anyone but those that seek to control a narrative. But I do think they have powerful people in their ears trying to discredit me. Bullshit, Katie. This is totally the opposite way around. You trying to discredit them and nobody's in their ear. When you have information that could become public, some people will do anything they can to discredit the source before the information comes out. Again, she is doing this to them. I still don't know what I will do with the information I have, but I know that if I found it, the people producing for Amazon will find it too. Now, let me stop right there for a minute. Remember KJ said that she knows people that are connected to this documentary that's going on. So my theory is that they have given KJ information that will come up or probably won't come up. We don't know if it'll make it through the cutting floor, but they gave her information that they have uncovered. Okay, because you know I still don't understand how people can give Katie Joy information, but anyway, so she's using this information to intimidate Amy and her mom, because if KJ really truly had this information, there's no way it wouldn't be ours already. So let's be clear about that, because she will do anything and everything for clicks and views, in my opinion. I am sure it's so hard to be in a situation where you are under the weight of a powerful cult and uncle like Jim Bob. When the show was on and everyone loved the Duggars, everyone around them benefited from that fame. Now that reality is very different, it's easier to lash out at the person that reports than it's to lash out at the people who caused the reporting to happen. At some point, what I know will be known. I am sure, I don't know if I'm the only one to report it to or others. But just be careful who you align yourself with when your world is in chaos. I do not think Amy or Deanna deserve what is happening, but I also won't be Amy's scapegoat. For clarity, this has nothing to do with Mary Duggar's death. I don't for a minute believe Deanna would have ever hurt her mom. The death was ruled accidental drowning, period. That is so tongue-in-cheek, in my opinion. If Katie has such information, there's no way she's gonna sit on it. If it's something that can cause it to blow up or for her to get more subscribers, nobody can tell me that Katie Joy won't have released that information. Whether it be about Amy, about Deanna, about the Duggars, there's no way. So I am sticking with my theory that somebody that's close to the Amazon, working with Amazon or whatever they're doing, has given Katie some sort of information that has come up. And Katie cannot release that information because it's not her information to release. And then somebody asked her a question under her post, and this person says, I feel for her. She's stuck between a rock and a hard place, but she's not helping herself by lashing out. If she can't handle the backlash from calling people out, then she should just stop and withdraw quietly and post about boring, normal things. No one will blame her for that. She's got a son and a family to think of. Instead, she's making herself look a bit two-faced, and her lashing out is just giving out the wrong message. And Katie Joy's response is, she texted me, but I didn't respond. Frankly, I don't trust her texts are being seen by others, and even when she agrees to things privately, she still goes public. For my own well-being, I'm not responding privately when nothing I say matters or changes what she does publicly. Katie, the feeling is mutual because nobody trusts you dealing with you privately through text messages or DMs or whatever you want to call it. So I'm sure the feeling is mutual. And this is why I say Katie Joy is so tongue-in-cheek and everything so underhanded with her, because she keeps saying that she knows that Deanna and Amy have done nothing malicious, they have done nothing wrong, but she keeps going back and associating them with the Duggars. The next post she made, you see, but what Katie Joy fails to realize is that not even so long ago, she was on a channel talking about the late Mary Duggar and how Mary Duggar was the one that taught Jim Bob how to lie. That Mary Duggar favored Jim Bob more over Deanna. So now, because she's trying to save face by audience and saying that Deanna was shortchanged and she only got 2 pieces of property. What happened to you, KJ? Remember you told your audience how Mary Duggar was the one to encourage her son to be in the spotlight. You forgot about that, KJ? And then she posts this picture. As you can see, Amy sitting with coveralls with her cousins, and there's Miss Deanna standing next to Michelle, which at the end of the day, you guys, family. She's standing with her sister-in-law, okay? And then she says, so many of you have asked in comments if Deanna or Amy Duggar ever appeared on Counting On. Counting On was launched after Josh Duggar's molestation and cheating scandals. The two appeared in a single episode in 2018. Deanna helped the young daughters record an album titled Happy Hearts. This is the only episode that I could find them in. Their involvement in the single episode could have been a reason they may have had an NDA with TLC. Seriously, KJ? You encourage the doubts that your audience has. Can't you stick to one story? So now you're going to blame, people have asked you in the comments about, couldn't you just tell them, look, Miss Deanna or Amy probably have, but it's not irrelevant. Because as you said, they're innocent, they haven't done anything malicious, they have done nothing wrong. You got to pick a story and stick with it, KJ. But this is who you are. You're going to show Amy that you will not stop doing what you do. This is all just for Amy, in my opinion. To say, well, you're like a child. When somebody tells you to stop doing something, you're going to do it just to irritate the shit out of them, in my opinion. Because let's be clear, KJ, okay? Miss Deanna and Jim Bob is brother and sister, they family. To me, it seems as though you don't know how to have a relationship with your own brother. So you don't know how it is between them. They could disagree on things, but also at the end of the day, you don't know the love that Miss Deanna has for her brother or for their kids. You will never know that, because as far as I'm concerned, you don't have the compassion, you don't have the empathy for that. You a cold person. And then also, remember when you told your audience that your own brother-in-law your husband's brother is the same as Joshua Duggar, allegedly. You told your audience that he is a SO. So doesn't your husband, you may have come to the mutual agreement not to bring him around your child, which is absolutely fantastic, but does he not still have a relationship, your husband? Does your husband not still have a relationship with his brother? Do they not just talk on the phone? Hi, how are you doing? We don't know, because that's the thing. You'll never talk about yourself and about the sick fucks that you have in your family. Quick to throw other people under the bus. And like I said, you guys, this is just what I've observed about KJ. When KJ's back is against the wall and she can't see her way out, she will do anything and everything to discredit the next person. Okay, you guys, I am definitely going to make a part 2. So I'm going to leave this here and we will carry on in part 2, which will be out in the next day. So don't forget to have your notifications turned on so you'll be notified when I've uploaded part 2 or any other video. And thanks so much if you've made it this far. And trust me, I have so much more to talk about. So much, you guys. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Please be safe out there. And at the end of the day, just be kind to one another and don't forget to make good memories every day. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.